Hello again, senior citizens like me. I'm here because I believe we're standing at the edge of a great digital divide, but also a great opportunity. I'm only asking for 2 minutes of your time to introduce the Senior AI Foundation. Now, our mission is to help 1 million seniors use AI not as a tech gadget, but as a translator layer to deepen their relationships with their children, grandchildren, and friends. By leveraging the Google Ad Grant, we are scaling this education to reach seniors exactly when they are searching for connection. May I show you how we're using tools like Gemini and NotebookLM to turn the AI era into the era of senior success?
Okay, let's dive into the strategic blueprint for connecting seniors with AI.
It starts with a simple human search, a question many seniors are asking online.
You know, technology can sometimes feel like a barrier, creating a gap between generations. But what if AI could actually be a bridge instead? This blueprint shows exactly how.
The foundation uses a simple 3-step funnel to guide seniors from curiosity to real connection.
It all kicks off when a senior searches for help and lands on the foundation's resources.
Next, they find super clear content that explains complex tech in a really accessible way.
And finally, they get to engage directly with an AI mentor to ask questions and learn personally.
So, what's the engine driving all of this? It's a clever combination of 2 AI tools. First up is NotebookLM, which creates a personalized virtual mentor from the foundation's own documents.
It all starts with a specific prompt, asking the AI to become an expert guide. This prompt really focuses the AI on the why, the how, and the safety of technology.
The second tool, Gamma, takes the AI's output and builds a really welcoming website. Its prompt asks for a design that is professional, super accessible, and has a warm feeling.
So one tool creates the expert content, and the other builds the perfect home for it. And this combo is what makes this a brilliant blueprint for scaling any nonprofit.
See, this strategy overcomes 3 of the biggest hurdles: content, funding, and personalization.
First, AI helps create a high volume of content, like YouTube scripts, totally sustainably.
Second, free ad grants provide traffic, which makes the funding incredibly efficient. And third, every single senior gets a unique one-on-one learning experience at a massive scale.
So the key thing here is this entire system is built to achieve one clear mission.
The goal is to reach and empower 1 million seniors with these tools. That's huge.
So the big takeaway is that this is a model for using tech for actual human connection.
All right, let's talk about something huge. What if you could make a massive impact, but without a massive budget? Sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, today we're diving into this really clever AI blueprint that's designed to help pretty much any mission-driven organization scale up their work. And we're going to look at it through the lens of a nonprofit that's aiming to help millions of people.
And when I say the goal is ambitious, I mean really ambitious. We're talking about reaching and empowering 1 million seniors, helping them get comfortable with the digital world. But a number that big, 1 million, it just immediately brings up a huge question for any nonprofit, right?
And this is the classic problem, isn't it? It's the challenge so many of us face. You've got this mission you're passionate about, but how do you go from helping a handful of people to helping millions, especially when your resources are, super tight? Well, this blueprint, it actually lays out a pretty concrete answer.
Okay, so how does it actually work? The heart of this strategy is what's called a 3-stage funnel. But hang on, don't let the word funnel throw you off. This isn't just some slick marketing tool. Think of it more like an entire ecosystem, one that's designed to gently guide someone all the way from their very first curious question to some really deep, meaningful engagement.
So it breaks down into 3 pretty simple, really intuitive stages. First up is search. That's the discovery phase, when someone is just starting to look for answers. From there, they move into education, where they get clear, simple info. And then the final step, where it all comes together, is engagement. And this is where they get personalized, interactive help. Let's really dig into each of these.
So the journey kicks off where, let's be honest, most journeys start these days, a simple Google search. Just picture it, a senior sitting down and typing something like, how can I connect with my family better? Or, maybe something even more direct like, I'm lonely. They have a real human need, and they're actively looking for a solution.
And that search, it leads them straight into stage 2. Education. They click a link and land on a really clean, accessible web page, maybe a video, something that takes a topic that could feel really complex and just makes it simple. This is that crucial first touch point, and it's all designed to be super welcoming and incredibly easy to digest.
Okay, and this
This is where the real magic happens, the engagement stage. Now the user gets access to an interactive AI study guide. And this, my friends, is the absolute game changer. It's not just some PDF they have to read. Nope. It's a tool they can actually talk to. They can learn at their own speed and ask the exact questions that are on their mind.
So you're probably wondering, what's the engine driving this whole thing? What's making this funnel actually work? Well, that's where the AI toolkit comes into play. And I want to be clear, this isn't just a random bunch of apps thrown together. It's a really carefully chosen tech stack designed for one thing: maximum efficiency. Right. At the heart of that whole engagement piece is a tool called NotebookLM. Now, what this does is pretty amazing. It takes all the core documents of an organization, their mission, their guides, everything, and it transforms them into what you can think of as a virtual mentor. This is the tech that powers that incredible personalized one-on-one experience we were just talking about. And get this right here is the actual prompt they used. Just look at how specific it is. It's not just saying, hey, give me a summary. No way. It's asking for a senior success brief that strategically hits on the why, the how, and so important, the crucial element of safety.
I mean, just think about the efficiency for a second. With one single, really well-crafted prompt, a boring, static mission document is instantly turned into a dynamic FAQ and a practical 5-step action plan. That is a massive shortcut.
Okay, so now we've got our core content, right? The FAQs, the action plan, it's all there. But how do we present it? The next piece of the puzzle is building the actual website. And for that, this blueprint uses another AI tool called Gamma.
And again, just look at this prompt. It's brilliant because it's so laser-focused on the end user. It's not just saying, make a website. It's specifically demanding a high accessibility site with large fonts, high contrast colors, all the details that create a truly welcoming, easy-to-use space for seniors. That's so smart.
All right, so we've seen the what and the how of this blueprint. Now let's really get into the why. Like, why does this specific strategy actually work so well? It's because it directly takes on the 3 biggest hurdles that usually stop most nonprofits from ever being able to scale up. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. Let's start with the first hurdle, content volume. You know that feeling, the constant pressure to create more and more? Well, AI helps draft scripts, which is huge for preventing team burnout. Next up, funding efficiency. Instead of burning cash on ads, a Google ad grant drives free traffic. Genius. And then the really big one, personalization. A tiny team can't possibly give one-on-one help to 1 million people, but with NotebookLM, that kind of personal interaction suddenly becomes possible, even at a massive scale. You see? This is a fundamental shift in how a nonprofit can even think about operating. You go from paying for clicks to just harvesting existing interest. You go from a one-to-many broadcast to a one-to-one personalized conversation. And you move from slow, painstaking manual work to rapid AI-assisted creation. It just completely changes the entire game.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Why should this one specific case study matter to you, especially if you're out there trying to make a difference in the world?
Because the real power here, it's not just about this one project for seniors. This whole thing is a replicable model. It's a blueprint. These 3 core components, a smart system for content, a way to capture free traffic, and a method for delivering personalized support at scale, this combo can be adapted to pretty much any cause.
And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important question. Look, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a practical, real-world roadmap. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. Whether it's climate action or education or mental health support, what's the mission that you care about? And how could you use this exact blueprint to scale it and maybe even reach 1 million people?
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Our mission here, as always, is to take a stack of these really dense strategic documents and just pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge for you.
Give you the shortcuts, the things you actually need to know without having to read 100 pages.
Exactly. And today we are undertaking a deep dive into what we're calling the Senior AI Foundation Strategic Scaling Blueprint.
Yeah, and this is a remarkable document. I mean, it's not about bake sales or, fundraising dinners. It's a pure technological strategy.
Right.
The goal for senioraifoundation.org it's huge, reaching 1 million seniors who need help bridging this communication gap with their families.
1 million people.
Yeah.
And they plan to do this entirely through a highly structured, bespoke AI and content stack. And that's really the key here. This blueprint, it treats these big human problems, communication breakdown, information overload. It treats them like engineering problems.
It does.
We have sources detailing this specific 5-tool ecosystem. We're talking Google, YouTube, Gamma, NotebookLM, and Gemini, all working together.
And for you, the listener, this is just a masterclass in how to achieve maximum impact with really minimal resource strain.
So our mission today is to unpack that ecosystem. We want to show you precisely how this strategic stack is used as a functional, a translation tool.
I think that's the perfect way to put it, a translation tool.
Yeah.
We need to follow the logic. How do they find 1 million people? How do they educate them at scale? And the big one, how do they offer personalized engagement without hiring 1 million human teachers?
Okay, let's start at the top of the funnel then. That's always the biggest challenge, right? Acquisition.
Always.
The sources outline this pretty clearly as a 3-part strategic scaling funnel. It starts with search, which leads to education, and then that goes into personalized engagement.
And right there, in that first search phase, is the economic genius underpinning the entire thing. It's the strategic use of the Google Ad Grant.
This is so essential for a nonprofit.
It's everything. They're not getting into this expensive bidding war for clicks. They're fundamentally changing the economics of scaling by harvesting existing high-intent interest.
I love that phrasing, harvesting existing interest. It's so much more efficient than just marketing. They're targeting people who are already at a pain point. They're actively looking for a solution.
Yeah.
What does the source material tell us about the actual search queries they're targeting? Because the intent there must be, highly sensitive.
Oh, it's intensely personal. The queries, they really reveal the deep emotional need that this organization is trying to fulfill.
Like what?
They're targeting variations of how can I better communicate, or I'm lonely, how can I better connect with my family and community?
Wow.
I mean, just think about the moment a senior citizen types that into Google. That's vulnerability captured right there.
It's a cry for help.
It is, exactly. They're also targeting people looking for support in professional relationships, like with caregivers, and maybe most critically for the Foundation's mission, seniors who are actively searching for understanding AI to be safe.
Oh, that's smart.
It's a dual capture.
Right. So you bring them in on the emotional hook, but you're immediately prepared to educate them on the technical solution to that emotional problem.
Precisely.
Okay, so that deep intent is captured. They click on the free Google ad. Where do they go? That moves us into the education stage of the funnel.
They land on a senioraifoundation.org explainer page, and this is where YouTube and Gamma start to come into play. The blueprint really stresses that the educational content has to achieve one primary goal.
Let me guess. Make it simple.
Simplify complex technology so that it is instantly accessible and, really importantly, non-threatening.
But why YouTube and Gamma specifically for this demographic? Why not just a simple blog?
I think the sources suggest it's all about the style of engagement and accessibility. YouTube lets them produce content that feels less like a document you have to read and more like a friendly conversation.
Okay, more human.
Exactly. And Gamma, which we'll get into later, is chosen for its conversion-focused design tools that guarantee readability. It's a whole multimedia approach designed to lower that mental barrier to entry.
They've captured the click. Now they have to deliver that aha moment.
Instantly.
Instantly.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. But, education only gets you so far. You can watch a video, get the overview, but you don't get the answer to your unique problem. So we need to transition from that broad education to the crucial next step, the engagement layer. And this is where the blueprint shifts into hyper-personalization using NotebookLM.
And this is where it gets really, really strategic. NotebookLM is the engine that scales personalization beyond anything a human teacher could ever manage.
For those who might not know, can you break down what NotebookLM actually is?
Sure. It's essentially a secure AI-powered chat interface. But the key is you load it with your own foundational source documents, their mission statements, PDF reports, transcripts of expert interviews, their ethics protocols, and the AI becomes an expert on only that material.
So it transforms this static knowledge base, a stack of PDFs, into a living, interactive, and totally private virtual mentor.
That's the term they use, virtual mentor.
But a virtual mentor is only as good as the instructions you give it, right? They're not just telling it, hey, summarize the website.
No, not at all. They are giving it incredibly specific instructions, a governance layer, to generate what they call senior success briefs.
And that's the key efficiency layer right there. The prompt is less about a general instruction and more about enforcing a certain structure and a strategic focus.
Exactly. The goal is clear. Generate these success briefs that explain how AI, specifically Gemini, can bridge that communication gap. But, and this is critical, it mandates 3 non-negotiable focus points in every single output.
Okay, and I have to imagine the first focus point addresses the biggest fear, the why. Why should a senior, who might be pretty wary of new tech, even bother with AI?
You got it. The prompt forces the AI to frame the explanation not around gadgets, but around relationship goals. It demands an answer to why AI is a tool for connection, actively pushing back against that common assumption that technology leads to isolation.
That reframing is everything. It has to build trust immediately with a skeptical audience.
It does.
So after the why, the second point is the how. This moves from the philosophy to the practical, immediate application.
Right. The how requires practical step-by-step uses of Gemini. Things like how to use it to draft a really personalized, heartfelt message to a grandchild about a specific shared memory.
Or how to phrase a difficult question to a doctor using clear, accessible language.
Exactly. It moves the user immediately into action. It makes the technology tangible and, more importantly, useful for their specific relationship problems.
Okay, now here's a critical point I see in the source material. If the AI is generating all this very personal content for a vulnerable, relationship-focused demographic, isn't there a risk
What kind of risk?
that the voice sounds sterile or mechanical, inauthentic? That could just erode trust instantly.
And that's where the third mandatory focus point, the safety, acts as a counterbalance. It links directly back to those initial search queries about being safe with AI and provides that necessary ethical governance.
So the prompt requires the brief to offer immediate reassurance about AI ethics and privacy.
It's not just some generic disclaimer at the bottom of the page. It's built into the core instruction.
I see.
It reassures the senior that this tool is designed with their protection in mind, which is really the only way you can counteract that sterility concern. By mandating the inclusion of safety and privacy reassurance in the content itself, the blueprint ensures the content feels responsible, not just automated.
And the final output requirement is just pure efficiency engineering. The content can't just be a long essay.
No, absolutely not. It has to be delivered in a rigid, website-ready format, a structured FAQ, and a 5-step action plan. And this is a crucial step because it means the AI output plugs immediately into the next phase of the funnel.
Which is all about conversion.
All about conversion.
That brings us to conversion and accessibility.
Yeah.
You have the traffic from Google. You have the highly personalized, structured content from NotebookLM. Now you have to present it in a way that maximizes that conversion and ensures high accessibility.
And this is the moment Gamma.app enters the scene.
So what's Gamma's role here?
Gamma's job is to take that detailed, structured success brief, the FAQ and the 5-step plan, and instantly transform it into a high-conversion, senior-friendly landing page. This tool is chosen specifically because it allows for rapid creation and really excellent visual customization.
And the design choices are highly prescriptive in the sources. It's clear they're prioritizing the demographics' physical needs way over, modern design trends.
Oh, absolutely. The design notes require large fonts, high contrast colors, and what they call warm human imagery.
So they're sacrificing that cutting-edge style for maximum utility.
They have to. I mean, if a senior citizen with age-related vision changes can't easily read the page, the whole funnel just stalls. It doesn't matter how brilliant the AI content is, high accessibility is a non-negotiable strategic requirement.
And the required website structure for the Gamma site is basically strategic storytelling. It has to walk the user through a narrative arc that moves them from confusion to empowerment.
It creates this powerful linear user journey. It starts with the hero section, a warm welcome designed to invite trust.
Then immediately after, the problem, clearly identifying that growing communication gap.
They validate the user struggle right up front.
Yes.
Then comes the solution, which is critical. It positions AI, specifically Gemini, as a translation layer for family relationships. This is that key recontextualization.
So AI isn't a gadget. It's the thing that fixes the personal problem they just searched for on Google.
Precisely. Next, they outline the mission, showing credibility as a 501c3 with a goal to empower 1 million seniors. And then the payoff, the interactive guide.
And that guide is where the 5-step action plan, which was generated just moments earlier by NotebookLM, gets pasted directly into the landing page.
It's the full automation loop. The AI's output instantly becomes the solution presented to the user.
And the call to action closes that loop watch the YouTube explainers, and join the community. So they're sent right back into the educational stream, ensuring continuous engagement.
The entire stack, Google, NotebookLM, Gamma, is now operating as one seamless, automated machine.
This transition leads us perfectly into the final section, why this blueprint actually works, how it overcomes the scaling hurdles that traditionally just destroy nonprofits.
Right, and the source material identifies 3 specific areas where human resource strain normally leads to total failure.
Okay, let's unpack these. Hurdle number 1 is always content volume. I mean, generating enough high-quality, relevant material for a community of 1 million people it's impossible for a small human team. They'll burn out.
The solution here is pure technological arbitrage. By using Gemini to draft high-volume scripts for their YouTube channel and communication content for the community, the organization can produce all the necessary educational materials without human burnout.
So the AI handles the content engine.
The AI handles the content engine. It ensures both consistency and, frankly, indefatigable volume. This allows the human staff to focus on strategy and oversight.
Which means the few humans they employ are operating at the top of the strategic pyramid, not grinding out FAQs and video outlines. That is a massive shift in resource allocation.
It is. Okay, hurdle number 2, funding efficiency. Traditional scaling requires these vast marketing budgets, often millions, just to buy initial awareness and traffic.
And this blueprint just bypasses that entirely.
It does. They leverage the Google ad grant to get the traffic for free, essentially, and then the Gamma site, with its high conversion design, provides the mechanism to capture that engagement.
They call it harvesting the interest of people already looking for help.
Instead of paying to create new interest, it makes their funding incredibly efficient because the money goes toward the actual solution, not just acquiring the user.
That's such a powerful lesson for any organization looking to scale. Find the grant, find the free tool that fundamentally changes your resource equation.
And finally, hurdle number 3, personalization. As we mentioned, knowledge transfer is inherently one-to-one. You need personalized answers for it to stick. Scaling that without increasing your human staff linearly seems impossible.
But the NotebookLM virtual mentor solves this.
It's the ultimate scale factor. Because the senior can interact with the core source documents directly through the AI, they get personalized answers to their specific questions. How should I phrase this message to my son about money in a safe, private setting?
So it scales that personalized knowledge transfer far beyond what traditional human teachers could ever accomplish alone.
Serving 1 million people with the same core resource.
This is truly a powerful synthesis. They're blending public grants like the Google Ad Grant, using simplified content platforms like YouTube and Gamma for delivery, and then they top it all off with this highly personalized AI interaction via NotebookLM and Gemini.
It achieves massive scale and deep, individualized impact in a niche community, all by solving resource constraints with technology.
For you, the learner, this is the big takeaway. This blueprint maximizes educational impact with absolutely minimal resource strain. It's a formula for extreme efficiency and really thorough knowledge transfer. We've seen the mechanics of how they built this engine.
We have.
So this raises an important question for you to consider based on the source material we analyzed today. If a simple structured AI tech stack can successfully address these complex, human-centric emotional problems like generational communication gaps, and at the same time eliminate the burnout that is so inherent in content creation. What other human-centric, resource-intensive nonprofit missions could be scaled using this exact same 3-part funnel acquisition, content creation, and personalized engagement? The blueprint is built. The potential for impact is limitless.
Well, that's our deep dive. AI shouldn't be something that happens to us. It should be something that works for us. The Senior AI Foundation Education Explainers are designed to take the mystery out of the screen and put the power back into your hands. Imagine having the energy and the tools to perfectly express your wisdom to the next generation, all with a little help from your digital partner. Visit senioraifoundation.org today. Let's stop just keeping up with the times and start leading them. Our life is full of stories. Let's use AI to help you tell them. Visit senioraifoundation.org today and learn more about us. Let's stop just keeping up with the times and start leading them. Your life is full of stories. Let's use AI to help you tell them. Energize your future with us today. Thanks. I'm Mike Hayes.